Yes.
For all of you? Okay. Start பண்ணலாமா?
அவசியமாமா.
ஈமான் வெங்கடநாதார்ய கவிதார்க்கிகேசரி வேதாந்தாச்சார்யவத்யோமே சாம் சதாகிருதி ஆனந்தமயம் தேவம் निर्मलस्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवमुपास्महे प्रह्लादनारदपराजरपुण्डरीकव्यासम्बरीशशुकशौनकभीष्मदाल्प्यान् रुक्माङ्गजार्जुनवसिष्ठविभीषणादिं पुण्यानिमान् परमभागवतान् स्मरामि श्रवणं कीर्तनं विष्णोः स्मरणं पादसेवनम् अर्चनं बन्धनं दास्यम् Sakyam Atmanivedanam. Goda Upanishad. Tirupavai is known as Goda Upanishad, right? Goda Gita. Bhagavad Gita was delivered by Krishna. Bhagavati Gita given to us by Goda Andal. And this Bhagavati Gita, Tirupavai, is known as the essence of all the Vedas, right? Vedam Anithukkum Vittagum Kodai Tamil. So it contains the summary of all the Vedas. Veda Manitukkum. Ananta Vai Veda. How many Vedas are there? Infinite Vedas are there. We have Vyasa classified them, compiled them into 4 Vedas. It doesn't mean that only 4 Vedas are there. Infinite Vedas. And who can classify them or codify them or group them? Only Perumal can do them. Vedantakrit Vedavit Eva Chaham. That is why we say Vyasaya Vishnu Rupaya. So, what is the essence of the Vedas? Tirupavai. In 4,000 verses. And what does Goda asked at the end? What is Parai, 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 Parai? On the outer side, when you see the meaning, Parai means an instrument, right? A Vadyam. Padha Visesham, which is used something like a drum, right? Parai Kotudal. When the kings or when there is a victory, they used to beat the drums. Even now, if you find in Navavitha, that big Parai, the drum will be there for Tiruvaradhan, which shows the royal, announcement. Is that what Goda wanted? What was the Parai she asked? For all of us. It was not for her, including all the Jivatmas. Un potra marayadiye potrum porul keda. That is the essence of all the Vedas. Padha Sevanam. Un potra marayadiye potrum porul keda. That's what we want. You think we are all just idiots just to ask the post of Indra or Brahma or Shiva or some other Devata? And getting up early in the morning at 3 o'clock, the Brahmaya Muhurte Uttaya, all 5-year-old children, 5-year-old kids, these children get up early in the morning, 3 o'clock, and then they go to the Yamuna. 5 lakh gopikas, not 1 or 2. Panchalaksham gopi gagal. I used to wonder, how wide would have been Yamuna if 5 lakh gopikas go and take bath? That is why Goda must have said, Tuya Perunir Yamanai Tvarayam. I mean, Peru also means not only in glorification, but also means the width, right? I went and saw in Panighat. Panighat is another ghat place that is near, on the other side of the Bhandiravatar, Bhelvan, etc. We can cross by the boat. In that Panighat, where exactly the Katyayani Vrata was conducted by the Gopikas. Even now it exists, the Katyayani temple is there. And they used to make the image of Katyayani, according to Srimad Bhagavatam, in sand, the image in sand. Now we have sand art and all, right? You have Puri festival, Orissa festival and all. They make images with sand, international festivals, so on. These children used to make an image of Katyayani Devi. Maybe one of the Gopikas would have done it. And they used to worship, and you know what they used to ask? Patimme Kurute Namaha. We want That person has husband. Who? Nanda Gopa Sutam. Srimad Bhagavatam. We are worshipping you not to get our disease cured or not to be free from viral infection or some fever or something like that. We are worshipping you, O Parvati, O Katyayani. You see that we get Krishna as our own husband. Katyayani Mahamaye Mahayogin Yadishwari Nandagopa Sutam Patim Me Kurute Namah. We want to marry Nandagopa Sutta Krishna. That was the essence. Essence of the all Rupavi Bhartam is to attain Perumal as the husband. Now, 5-year-old kids, children, getting up early in the morning, 3 o'clock itself is probably the Brahmanda record in those days. We can't say Guinness record, right? Getting up early. Nowadays, we are unable to get even up before sunrise because of the chillness, because of the weather. Even in Vrindavan or Ayodhya, if you touch Yamuna, you will get a shiver, right? You will get a current now at this season. So imagine what it would have been in Margil in those days. And they used to take bath, and then what did they ask? All the gopikas. Un patra marayadiye potrum purul kela. They went to Krishna and then addressed him. This is what we want. We want to do Padha Seva. We want to do service to your lotus feet. That is the essence of all Tiruppavi. So we can't say that I will chant Tiruppavi 48 times, but I want my children to be my child to get married, my daughter to get married, my son to get married. How what it looks. Goda is asking directly. But Tiruppavi gives everything. Right? Kanyas get married, brahmacharis get married, they get children. Because Engum Thiruvarul Petri in Buruvar, that is the Palashuri. Aihika, Amishpaka, everything you get. So Tiruppavi you can achieve anything. So Siddhi, Vichitra Siddhi. So the essence of the Veda, Tiruppavi says that one should aspire for Padha Sevanam. This is what Prahlada says. Prahlada says the same truth. That one should not go if a person is intelligent, he should not he should not get entangled in the web of birth, death, old age, disease, right? Bhagi, birth and death, punarpi jananam, punarpi maranam, punarpi janani jatare shainam. Because samsare, bahutustare, kripaya, palaya, pahaya. I am such a dangerous, vicious circle. Shankaracharya says, please remove me from the circle of birth, death, old age, disease. So Prahlada says that I do not want repeated births or deaths and passion, attachment. Wherever there is an attachment, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, whenever you get attached to an object, you will suffer only due to that object. You have an attachment to your son, you will suffer only due to that son. You have attachment to the daughter, you will suffer only due to that daughter. You have an attachment to your cell phone, you will suffer only due to that cell phone. That is the cause. That itself will give the result. So Prahlada says, remove all these sources of passions, attachment, sorrow, anger, pride, ego, desire, fear, misery, worry. What you have to do, simply catch hold of the lotus feet of the Lord. Simply chant Chittranjali. Parashara Bhatta used to say, right? Chant 3. Mupadam tappame ingi parisharika. This is what Goda said. All the 30 should be chanted. If you have a garland, and in the garland, even if one bead or if one flower is missing, this bead, not bead, right? Even if one bead misses, then looks odd. Doesn't, look nice, right? Padam tappame ingi parisharika. This is what Goda said. All the 30 padarams had to be learned by heart or had to be chanted by seeing the book. Or at least you can hear them. Parashara Bhatta says at least you hear the 29th pasaram. Chant 29. That's why in Satamara we say 29, 30, right? At least those two pasarams. Why? You keep on repeating this and Perumal will melt due to the pasarams of the Alvars or Acharyas and then give the result. I don't want anything. I want only Padha Sevanam. I want only lotus feet. I want to do service to lotus. That is why, beautiful sampradayam. Or sampradayam. No sampradayam can match or something. Simply, Hanuman is known as Tiruvadi, right? Hanuman is known as Tiruvadi. Garuda is known as, Periya Tiruvadi. Incidentally, in our area, Telangana, Andhra, and all, they celebrate Garuda Jayanti tomorrow also. Aniswati we do in Tamil Nadu. The third nakshatra of Garuda as well as Periyalvar. Tomorrow also they do Garuda Jayanti in this area. Like Hanuman Jayanti celebrated 3 times. In South India we show Margadi Moolam. Telangana they do something in between, and then in North India they do around Ramnami. So Hanuman Jayanti. So anyway, we can have many Jayantis for Hanuman. Hanuman is known as incidentally Tiruvadi, because his aim was only Tiruvadi. Only Tiruvadi. Only Padukas, right, like Bharata. Bharata is a first class devotee, first rank devotee. Simply because he did Pada Sevanam, Paduka Sevanam. One who does Paduka Sevanam is superior to a person who does Pada Sevanam, right? Sita and Lakshmana did Pada Sevanam. But Hanuman, Bharata did Paduka Sevanam. Raghava Paduka Prabhavaha, Acharya. Padukas are Acharya, our own Acharya. If you do service to them, it's more than enough. You have pleased the Lord automatically. So Tiruvadi, very beautiful coining of the word, right? Tiruvadi. Adiyan Andavan Tiruvadi, Adiyan Simustan Tiruvadi, Adiyan Varahamadishin Tiruvadi, Adiyan Aishinga Tiruvadi, Adiyan Napathirudam Injimate Aishinga Tiruvadi, Adiyan Indaswami Puttangotte Swami Tiruvadi, Adiyan, like that we say, right? Settlur Swami Tiruvadi, Adiyan Indaswami Tiruvadi, Andaswami Tiruvadi. Very beautiful coining of the word, right? Tiruvadi. Padha Sevanam. Prahlada says very clearly. So abandon all this life. Tasmat Rajho Raga Vishadamanyamas Priha Bhayadainyadhimulam. It is a source of fear. So when you get attached, you are afraid. The thing or the person to whom you are deeply attached will be separated. Two sides of the same coin, Sukha and Dukkha. Nirdhvando Nitya Sattvatta Niryoga Kshema Atmavan, right? Tulya Ninda Stutir Mauni. If somebody praises you, immediately the same person is going to criticize you, because two sides of the same coin. Tulya Ninda Stutir Mauni. If somebody is criticizing you, he always will praise you. Ninda and Stuti are two sides of the same coin. One has to praise. So Nirdvando Nitya Sattvatta. You rise above these dualities. Chitotna Sukotaketa Samasanga Vivajitaha. We will not go into Gita. Anyway, this is what these are Prahlada already said. That's on these things Krishna repeated in the Bhagavad Gita. Prahlada got this knowledge from Narada. Prahlada knew Bhagavad Gita, more than that rather, because of the grace of Narada. So he says, come out of this birth and death. How long? His age was 7. At the age of 7 he's saying this. Attachments, right? Hitva Grigam Samsriti Chakravalam Nrisimha Padam. Very clear. Whose Padam? Nrisimha Padam. I don't want any other Padam. Very clear. We also have to be very clear in these things, right? My Perumal, Namperumal. I want only Namperumal. I want only Tirupati Srinivasan. He is the embodiment of Daya. I don't want any other God. Chirina Ilanke Chatta Tevane Tevana. Who is God? Only Rama can be God. No other can be God. Chirina Ilanke Chatta Tevane Tevanava. This is what Kundaradi Pariyavara says, right? Dhanam Madiyam Tapapada Pankajam Kadanu Sakshat Karamani. The only wealth that I possess is your lotus feet. The moment somebody says Ramapaduka, Krishna Paduka, Ranga Paduka, immediately Ramanuja used to cry and fall in trance. Pannarangamenil Mayale Perugumi Ramanujan. So what is Sampradaya? Right? Somebody says and offers you Dandavat Pranam to Ramanuja. Where are you coming from? Just now I am coming from Srirangam. Immediately Ramanuja has to go fall in trance. Mayale Perugumi Ramanujan. In North India they say that. One Swamiji was saying this. All the disciples used to first interview, it seems. Anybody who goes to have darshan of Ramanuja, don't mention the name of Divyadesham. You mention I am coming from Divyadesham, then he will fall into trance. then all our Anushthanam, then he cannot take Bhiksha in time, he cannot do his Thiruvaradhana in time. The disciples, everybody can get delayed. Be very careful. Kondarangamenil Mayale Perugumi Ramanujan. How did he get this Anubhavam, Ramanuja? Forget about the fact that he is a Bhagavatam. He is now acting as a human being. What does he say? So why is Jagadachari? Achyuta padam bhujayugmarugva vyamohataha mayale perugum. For him, only wealth is the lotus feet of Perumal. And he is very clear, Prahlada, I don't want any other god. I want instant coffee, right? You want somebody who comes to your house, you want a coffee, you cannot say, I will put a filter, it will take, I have to boil for 2 minutes, then I have to put it and then get you. I want immediate, right now. Adittakaiye pidikkum Perumal. Now Corona is there around the corner. It has to be destroyed immediately. COVID has to be destroyed. All the difficulties has to go on immediately. Like when the sun shines, the snow will run away. Who is that Perumal? And he says, Nrasimhapadam bhajatam kuto bhajata akuto bhajam. Catch hold of the lotus feet of Nrasimha. Prahlad is very clear about it. Manam gato yat harima shrangita. And you should do bhakti at very young age. When you are a child, it's a thoughtful childhood. Kaumare acharit pragya dharman bhagavata. Bhagavata dharma is right from childhood. Right? Generally, people say all these upanyasam are only for people who are above, who have done completed their Satyapurti. When are you going to do Kalashapam? I will complete my Satyapurti or Sadapam, then I will think about it. Are we sure we will live up to that point? Or are we gods? Or are we Ishwaras? It has to be immediately. Sharanagati, immediately it has to be. You have to surrender. You have to catch hold of the feet of Acharya. This is what is meant by Swadhyayam. Do it immediately. Surrender immediately. Don't take time. Prahlada says. Madiyilil the Mukul Bol Vayam, this whole universe, the pleasures, everything is like just a bubble. You know, just a water bubble. When it rains, how long it will stay? That duration, now we think it is 100 years or so and so. It is something like just a water bubble, right? It can blast at any moment, can just bubble can. We destroyed it in a second, right? This is what is the Prahlada. Do that immediately. Now, so why people are not, taking recourse to this Padha? Why are they not doing it? Very simple process, right? Uddhava says this. Now Prahlada says, go and catch hold of the lotus feet of Nrsimha. Then another question, why people are not doing it? The process is simple. Now, Sharanagati, very simple process. Vedanta Deshika, the Supreme Perumal himself has said this in Kali Yuga. Varada himself affirms it. And why people they don't do? Asura Sabhava. When Krishna was there, people used to think, oh, he's doing all magic. Krishna showed his Chanka Chakra, people used to think that he kept some motor and then he's running the motor with some battery or something. Counter Kavase was there, right? Nakali Krishna, the duplicate Krishna. So right from all the yugas, asuras were there. 33 crore devatas will always be there. And 66 crore, double the number, asuras will always be there. So in all the yugas, don't think in Kali Yuga only, everybody is asura here and there. So in all the yugas they were there. And in all the yugas, they were devotees like Prahlada who used to fight that asuric forces. Here in this case, his own father was asura. Don't go to the temple, don't chant Harinam, don't write Ramanam. Own father is saying, the whole government is against you. You go to some Islamic nation and say Ram, you'll be jailed immediately. Just put your tilak, you'll be jailed. There are nations even now. They just impound your passport. The first duty they do is the moment you step into their soil, they impound your passport. You cannot come back alive if you chant Ram or you put tilak. There are nations even today, Asuric nations. They were there in those days also, in the time of Prahlada, right from Satyuga. Can't chant Hiranyakashipu, right? So, there were Bhagavatas who opposed very boldly against these Asuric forces. The whole nation, not nation, the whole world, all the three worlds were supporting Hiranyakashipu. Devatas were trembling in fear. They are also chanting Hiranyakashipu Nama. Small kid, right? 7-year-old boy is opposing to entire universe, authoric forces, right? How did he get this strength? Very simple. Garbhashriman. He is having the complete blessings of an Acharya, Narada. Naram dadati iti Narada. Naram means jnanam. So once we have the power of an Acharya, nobody can do anything to us. Even Perumal cannot do anything to us if he wants to. So generally people say in Acharya, when you go to Ranganayaki Thai, when you go to Perumal in Ranganatha, Srirangam, Perumal says, Abhyadabhaya mudritaha, he gives Abhaya mudra. Don't worry, I'm here, don't worry. Oh, I have done so much. Don't worry, I'm here. I will somehow make things right. And immediately we go to Thayar, Ranganayaki Thayar. And she is also saying Abhaya mudra. What does she say? You don't worry about Perumal also. He may give light punishment. You don't worry about him. I'm here to take. Asta Shri Rangavarturmanavyaadabhayamudritaha. So such Dampatis, when such Dampatis are there, why people are not doing Sharanagati? Arangam என்றால் புல்லெடுந்தொழியும் என்றே அறிவிலா மனுஷரெல்லாம். Even by accidentally, if a person says, where are you going? You may be a Christian or a Muslim or a Buddhist, anybody. Oh, I'm going to Sri Rangam, I have some job, official work there. I have to go to a church. I go to a mosque. I'm going to Sri Rangam. Arangam endalaipparagil porigil vad. And he will never go to hell. Why don't they say? Uddhava gives the answer. Why don't we do Sharanagati? Why don't we do Padha Sevanam? Why don't people are asuras? Why are they opposing simplest process? Uddhava says, Atadanandadugam padambujam Hamsashrayerandaravinda Sukam tu Vishweshwara yoga karmabhihi Tanmayayami Vigatanamaninaha. Paramahamsas take shelter at your lotus feet because they have tasted the bliss. You all have tasted the bliss. You are around 21 people here, right? 21 plus so many people will be hearing. You tasted something, that bliss, a drop. That's very area. Not disupanyasa, satsang, I'm saying in general. Otherwise, you won't be here. Unless you get something, nobody will do. Murkopi, mandopi na pravartate. Prayojanam bina. Without any result, nobody, even an idiot, will not do an act. So, we are very lucky that Perumal Acharyas have our Acharyas, our parents, our Bhagavatas, have given their Kataksham and their Mantrakshada on our hair. That we are talking about Perumal here, now, in Kaliva. And Paramahamsas, they always taste, they are always in bliss. And that is our Sampradaya is simply great because although Ramanuja, Vedanta, Deshika were in the state of bliss, Kama, Rama, Stiragadalika, Sambha, Sambhavani. The moment they think about Dividesha Perumal or Archa Vigraha, they used to go in trance. But they came out of their Anubhava to give us that experience through shlokas and stotrams. That is the greatness of Sivaishan. Other Sampradaya, like Vallabhacharya Sampradaya, whatever it is. So, here Uddhava says, the Paramahamsas, they are always immersed in dhyana, always thinking, meditating upon the lotus feet of the Lord, right? They are not affected by Maya. Mameva ye prapadyante, Maya metam. Anyone who surrenders to me will be out of Maya and free him from Maya, right? But those people who depend on their power, like yoga, my karma, my bhakti, ego, right? And they don't go far for the same. They are caught by Maya. That is why Sharanagati is very simple because we just lift our hands and say, I'm not capable of doing Padha Sevanam, Ashravanam, or Kirtanam, whatever it is. You do whatever it is to this body. You surrender. That is what is Sharanagati. तन्मायया अभिविगता न मानिनः अताद आनन्ददुगं पदाम्बुजं हंसाः परमहंसः. Jayeran Aravindalochana. They are always attached to your lotus feet. Padambujam. So they get Ananda Dukham. Perumal also wanted to see what Anandam they have in my lotus feet. So he started tasting his own fingers, it seems. That is why. Patasya patrasya puteshayanam Balam Mukundam Manasa Smarami Kararavindena Padaravindam Mukharavinde Viniveshayantam. Probably the Balakrishna Vatapatra Shahi started this. So all the children know. Very beautiful to see that scene. They will chew their own toe, right? Very beautiful. That's what, the moment you see that, children chewing their own fingers, toes, you immediately remember that Bala Mukunda's Stotram, right? So the idea is the path of devotion or the surrender, lotus feet, surrendering lotus feet. Doesn't have ego, doesn't have pride. Otherwise, you won't go. So unless one is free of ego, he will not go to an acharya. Oh, I know everything. I studied so many books. One person was telling me, I have done PhD in philosophy. I know Bhashya, all these things I have studied left and right, up to bottom, west and east and everything. I know. Then I asked, why don't you surrender? Have you done Bharanyas? He said, no. Why? There are so many issues, I have to think, I have to apply logic and all. You are doomed. So your knowledge is an impediment now. So knowledge is, what is the use of that knowledge? It gives you ego and prevents you from doing Sharanagati. It's a waste. Shramaye vahi kevalam. It's like a donkey, carrying all the load throughout the life. We carry on all the load throughout the life without giving that load to Perumal. And if a person says, if a donkey says, I love this load, which is kept on increasing, like putting on my shoulder, can I help? So what is the use of all the knowledge if we don't surrender? Waste. Shramaye vahi kevalam. All just nothing but simple. That's what Vedanta Jika says. Just not only it's a shrama in acquiring all this knowledge, and whatever is sumayana kalvigal, it's a burden on our head. All our PhDs, all our educational qualifications, simply a burden. That gives rise to ego. So I know I have done so many doctorates, so much degree, I have so and so, I am a CEO. So I have to think a lot. It's not so easy. Then we use our intelligence, which prevents us from doing Sharanagati, and then we are doing. That's why Alonda says, so please do not make me imprisoned in my own knowledge or my karma. Adharma nishtosmana chatmavedi in the Bhakti man. Who is saying this? Alavanda, the grandson of Athamani, Yamunacharya, great Acharya, Pitadipati of Srirangam Pitam. He is saying this. I'm nothing. Do not make me, do not capture me in the web of ego, ahankar. Now Uddhava says, why people do not surrender? Because of ego, as simple as that. I heard somewhere, ego means edging God out. EDGI, edging God out, ego. So you don't put God in the picture at all. So when I achieve something, I construct a home or I get a PhD degree, I say, all struggle, how much I have planned right from the age of 5, that's why I am now in this position. No nonsense. On Perumal Sankalpamandi. So there is no factor of God at all there, edging God or ego. So we will not surrender. How will we surrender? These are Uddhava says. Sukam the Vishwesara Yoga Karma Tanmayayami Vigatana Maninaha. Those who are full of pride will not surrender to you. They will not do Padha Sevanam. All our spiritual practice should not lead to ego, right? Very careful. Suppose a person does 3 times Sandhyavandanam. Immediately he feels that no, he is above all acharyas. I am doing Trikala Sandhyavanam in Sakala. Then that ego will lead to all Bhagavatapachara. And a person keeps on washing his hands twice or thrice and does a lot of religious practice. He thinks the other one is the person in front of him is a Shudra, although he is a Vaishnava. So, Uddhava says these practices which we do on our own to attain the Lord. And they can lead to ego. Then what do we have to do? Surrender all our ego, follow the lotus feet of an Acharya who has come from a Sampradaya. Again, definition of Acharya. Who is an Acharya? Siddham Sat Sampradaya. Vedanta gave the definition how to seek a spiritual master, how to find a spiritual master, how to take shelter under a lotus feet. There is a different subject. We're not going to it. Then Uddhava says a person is safe if he has surrendered to the Lord, if he is doing Padha Sevanam. And in the absence of this true devotion to the lotus feet of the Lord, all the karma and all the yoga, all the jnana becomes a bondage. Is bound, cannot come out of it, right? Vedanta often cautions, right? Don't read so many books, so many Kalachepams. Morning this Kalachepam, afternoon that Kalachepam, night this Kalachepam. Don't go like that. Go slowly, step by step. Shastra Jnanam Bahu Klesham Buddhe Charana Karan. Finally, you will not do Sharanagati. You will get confused. So, Upadeshat Harim Buddha Virameta Sarva Vedanta learn what is necessary, what is essential. Shastra Prasaram is enough. Later on, we can go to higher levels, like Gita Bhashya, Ati Bhashya. So, this is what he says. Like Padha Seva, the path of devotion service. And that is very simple and easy also. Sanat Kumara says this. One who wants to cross samsara, which is very, very dangerous to cross. A lot of crocodiles. Samsara, the worldly life, a lot of crocodiles. Suppose, very simple, you want to go to the temple. Samtira Nakshatra tomorrow is under the Varama, the Nakshatra. 31st January 2002. Or 42nd GS Nakshatra. Intimation with the Nakshatra. Now you want to go to the temple or you want to go to ashram or master. Right? Thai Amavasai, somebody wants to go to Thiruvallur. The moment you start, not so easy. It will be stopped by some crocodile. Right? Somebody will come and descend into your house, some relative, or somebody who has helped in your life. It's conflict. Either go to the temple, Nakshatra, or look after this person who has come all the way by flight from abroad or from some other place. So he's stopping you. You can always take him, you can convince and then take him to the temple or Nakshatra. We think, what will he think? What will he think of me? He has come so many thousands of kilometers. How can I leave my door? He may have a bad impression upon me, about me. So many things. It's an order, right? So it's very difficult to cross the samsara because when we want to swim across the ocean of samsara, a lot of crocodiles we have to face. When we go on our own. And the best way, Bhakti Bhavato Narayana, best way is to catch hold of a boat. Krishna is the boat, Rama is the boat. Niyato Navikena, Acharya is the boat. Therefore, catch hold of the boat. And the boat is Sri Hari's lotus feet. Very easy to cross the samsara. Krichro Mahaniga Bhavan Lavesha Shadvargana Krama Sukena Shadvarga Grahairivaham Vishaya Vikrishta. The Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Madamaksarya, all these things are very crocodiles. They eat us, they don't leave us. Crocodile, when it catches, it has to cut, it has to kill. That's all. There is no question of relief from the crocodile. Vedanta says, for one crocodile you came to protect the elephant. What about me? I am surrounded by 6 crocodiles. They always are catching me. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Madamaksarya, all these passions, anger, etc. Right? What are you doing then? Why don't you come and protect me? Apara Vijnana Dayanubhavam Aptam Satam Ashtabhujam Prapadye. Right? This is what he says. In Ashtabhuja, 6 crocodiles. One. You have to protect me. So extremely Kricho Mahaniha Bhavan Navavitha Shadvarga Nakrama Sukhe Natitir Shayanti Tattam Harer Bhagavato Bhajaniya Mangrim. Kritvodupam Vyadanamuttaraduttaragnam. Catch hold of the boat. What is that boat? The Lord's lotus feet. Perumal. Just catch hold of him. So Sharanagati is also implied here for the Sevanam. Narayana Charano Sharanam Pravadye. Right? So Prachetas, right, were advised by Rudra. Prachetas did penance and Shiva came and gave them the advice. He said, do Vishnu Pada Sevanam. Shiva is saying this. So only intelligent people, only those who are very intelligent, right? And they will save. Those who are intelligent and full of daya will save the life of a samsari, the life of an ordinary person who is entangled by the passions of the world, the material world, right? So they will advise them to cling to your lotus feet, catch hold of the lotus feet, and that should be done through a proper acharya. This is the advice given by Shiva to Prachetas. It comes in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Kastvat padabjam vijahati pandita. Right? Yastveva manavyayamana ketanaha. An intelligent person will not waste his time in material pleasures. Vishankayatmat guru archayat. Through the guru. Yat vinopapattim manavachaturdasha. So he will catch hold of Kastvat Padambujam, the feet of Sriman Narayana. Very simple. So, a person who is attracted by the senses, one who goes in the path of the senses, sensual pleasures, and he cannot have a devotional life, he can be saved only by an acharya, will make him cling to the lotus feet of the Lord. And that is so delightful, so blissful. And once you taste it, you will never leave it. Prithu Maharaj says this. Oh my God, you know what a bliss you get by serving the lotus feet of the Lord? It grows day by day, second to second. It washes all the impurities in one's mind, makes your mind very pure. Just like Ganga, which has come from the lotus feet of the Lord. Father Sevanam also means worshipping Ganga, chanting Ganga, at least by taking bath, Gange, Chaimani, Chaiva, Godavari, Saraswati, and Made Sindhakaveri, Jaresmin, Sannidham Guru, Vishnu Padotakam Pavanam Shubham. So the Ganga, just like the waters of Ganga, purify us, it destroys all our sins. Similarly, a devotee can remove all the impurities in the mind by attaching himself to the lotus feet of the Lord. And he will never get the misery of birth and death. This is what is highlighted by Prithu Maharaj. Prithu is also an expansion of Bhagavad Avatar, Amsha of Vishnu. Yatpada seva biruchis tapasvina. Ruchi, that is very important. Ruchi. We have to have the taste of devotional service. Taste to hear, taste to chant, taste to associate with the devotees. In spite of that shortcomings, nobody is perfect. One may have this weakness, one may have another weakness, one may have another weakness. So, how are we perfect? Who are we to judge? So, the delight in doing devotional service to the Lord and His devotees grows by leaps and bounds. Who says this? Prithu Maharaj says. Once you get attached to the lotus feet of the Lord, even for a second, and He knows how to take it. And then He will increase the bliss day by day, time to time, periodically. And then you get so attached with the lotus. Lotus feet means Bhagavatas and Acharyas, Acharya Seva, Bhagavata Seva, etc. And then it grows day by day and washing off all the impurities in the brain. And that you yourself will know how you are progressing in spiritual life. Just as the Ganga removes all the sins. Even by chanting the name of the Ganga, you need not even take bath. Gangai Ganga Yandava Jagattale படிவினை களையலாகும் கங்கையின் கரைவேல் கண்டமென்னும் கடிநகரே. Adverse says just to chant Ganga Archana, it purifies all your sins, even if you chant the holy name of God. You need not take bath in Ganga. Right? You can just think of Ganga, being at home at your own, and take bath in municipal water. But you just say Ganga, it purifies all your sins. Just like Ganga removes all the impurities of the body and the mind, the service to the lotus feet. Yet Padasevabhi ruchis tapasvina. Tapasvinam aseda janmopachitam malandiya. It removes all the sins accumulated in all the previous births. Sadhyaha, immediately. Kleshavaham prapadhyate. So, such people are never affected by these material pleasures or evils. So they become Paramamsas automatically. All we need to have is service to the lotus feet of, according to Prithu Maharaj. And Yamasis, what does Yama say? Yamadharma Raja is very important, right? We should listen to what Yama says. The devotees who taste the nectar of Krishna's feet, automatically all the delights in the worldly life, the enjoyments of the worldly life will be, will be removed. There is no delight at all. Because you have tasted higher taste. When you go for higher taste, you don't go for a lower taste. Right? Simple. A simple law. You want to, remove your attachment to something, go for a higher taste. That's all. Satsanga, it's so supreme that slowly everything will get detached. Why are you bothered? So Yama says, a person who has enjoyed the nectar of Krishna's feet by doing devotional service will never go for delights offered by this worldly life. In fact, this delight in this worldly pleasure is the cause of the sins, right? We accumulate karma because we are attached to the world. And some people who get attached to only karma, and they will keep on removing their sins and watching their sins, and again they will be committing sin. And they accumulate in the process. For example, you do prayachittani deshani tapakarma. You do a yajna and then you do prayachitta homam. Prayachitta homam hoshyami. And then in that prayachitta you commit blunder. So what you do? Goes on accumulating. It's a sin. To remove the sins which are accumulated in performing a yajna, you do a prayachitta homam. And again you commit sin. What will happen? The blunders will keep on piling up. Keep on amplifying. So what to do? Yani tejam Krishna nusmaranam bharam. The only best way to remove all the sins accumulated, that accumulates in geometrical progression, exponential. Do Krishna anusmaranam. At least chant Krishna. Hayena vacha manusandariyerva buddhyatmana va prakrite sabhavat karomi yajja sagaram parasme narayana sagaram ji Krishna arpanamas. Krishna anusmaranam bharam. Yamadharma Raja says very clearly, you taste the nectar of the lotus feet of Krishna through an acharya, automatically all the desires will be detached. You don't detach, you cannot detach. Krishna Angri Padma Madhulin, Krishna Angri Padma Madhulin, Na Punar Visrishta Maya Guned Ramate, Brijila Baheshu, Anyastu Kama Hata Atmaraja Pramarshtam. Aheta karma yatajeva rajapunasya. If you want to remove the sins by doing some prayachittam, you keep on accumulating again. You commit another sin. You want to remove all the sins? Aham tva sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami. Surrender. That is the only way. Pada Sevanam. So it is the highest fortune. If anybody gets some Bhagavata, an opportunity to do some Bhagavata Seva, Bhagavat Seva, Acharya Kankaryam, Sending some money for Acharya Tirunashatram, sending some money for Acharya Jayanti, some Bhagavata some Bhagavata service, or to an organization like this, or Go Seva. You think it's so easy? No, it is the fortune because of your past birth, the punya, purva punya phalam, because of the punyas accumulated and handed over to you by our ancestors, father, mother, grandfather, or our acharyas, or our devotees, or our bhagavatas. We have a fortune to do some service. We are able to send 10 rupees to a temple as a donation, $10 or $100, or to a Jayanti or Tirunashatram. It is because of the Purva Janma Punya. It's not so ordinary thing. It's not an ordinary thing. Brahma says, Tadastamena bhuri bhago. Oh Lord Narayana, I consider that I am fortunate that either in this birth or any other birth, I join the devotees. If I can do some devotional service at lotus feet, then it is my fortune. It is my bhagyam. Bhavetrava anyatra tava, either in this birth or any birth. Yenahamekopi bhavajjanana bhutva nireve tavapada pallavam. If I can do service to your lotus feet, then I think it is the essence of all my punyas. It is the greatest bhagyam for me, the Brahma is saying. It's not so easy. And he continues. Lovely feet of Narayana, right? And if I can take shelter under your lotus feet, it is like a ship, and I can cross the samsara very easily. And it's easy for the Bhagavatas to attain Vaikuntha rather than those who attempt on their own. Brahma says this. Samashritaye padapallavaplavam mahat padam punya yajo murare bhavambudir vatsapadam param padam yat vipadam natesham. There is no fear. Person who does Padha Sevanam or attains your lotus feet is not afraid of anything. Yama is afraid of it, right? Avalipudamai Gandai, Rangamanagar, Namantamar Taligal Mide. I can dance on the heads of Yama and all his devotees because I can chant holy name. Kavalil Puranai Vitte Kalidanai Kadak, first verse of Tirumala. Kadakka point, then Avali Tudidir. I challenge Yama and his devotees. Come on, what can you do? Why? Why am I challenging them? Avali Pudamai. Avali Puranai Vitte Kalidanai Kadakka point, then Avali Tudidir in Namantamar Talegal Mide. Movuragundam in the Mudalven in Namam Katra. I am proud that I know your name. I have chanted your name. I challenge Yama and his devotees. Come. How dare you show your faces here? Because they run away. The moment say, see our Urdhva Bandham, they run away, according to the scriptures. They say Shankha Chakram on our shoulders. So the essence is that clinging to the lotus feet of the Lord, tasting the nectar of the devotional service, Kainkariya. It's not so easy. It looks very easy to hear. But to develop that taste, the taste is very important. Ramanuja says, whatever Kainkariya we do, you should develop that ruchi. That is why I always say, Ratirupa Nityadasyam, Ratirupa, all love and affection. Neya Nilai Kadavam Nik. Even the doors, they do their service with love. The doors in the house of Nandagopal, in Nandagaon, they do their service of closing and opening with love. Neya Nilai Kadavam Neya. Mandal says this, right? So we have to develop that love in Padha Sevanam. That is possible only through Acharya Kataksham or Bhagavata Kataksham or Satsang. You will get a perfect Acharya or Bhagavata only through Satsang. And through that, we will be able to develop a ruchi, a taste, Padha Sevanam. Once we develop the taste, and everything is trivial, everything is ephemeral, temporary for all of us. Hope Acharyas will give us that type of a taste at the Lotus feet of Lord Shimanarayana. Jai Suhasana. Any questions? Please. Can take 15 minutes, no problem.
Jai Jai Shri Sudarsana. Bhagavatas can ask any questions if they have.
Jai Jai Shri Sushna. Mama, can I ask a question?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, Mama, my question is that we have our acharyas who after getting their baranyas and they after they directly go to Shiva Vaikuntha. So because they are point one, they are Perumal Avataram, and they have also got baranyasam done in this earth. So they will, it's sure that they will be going to Vaikuntha. So why is Shradham done to them, and why is Shradham done to human being, to those who have all got their baranyasam done? What's the point? Because they are gonna go to Vaikuntha, then what's the point in doing Shraddha?
Shasanat iti shastram etadanu एवमुपासितव्यं देवपितृकार्याभ्यां न प्रमदितव्यं. Vedas, commandments of the Upanishads are Vedas. So we can't apply logic here. Logic cannot be applied everywhere. If you apply logic, you will really nowhere. Now, if my father is certain, I'm sure my father, because he is the Tirudi of Tirukundamandavan, he has reached Vaikuntha. Then why should I do Shraddham? Etadanu evam upasitavyam. You have to do like this. Whether he is in Vaikuntha or not, it is for your welfare you are doing Shraddha, not for yourself. Right? A person who does Prapatti, 21 generations, they are delivered. They will never go to Naraka. If I do Bharanyasa, 10 generations above me, 10 generations which will come after me, they will never go to Naraka. Evari Bhutatman Runam Pitrunam, Nakinkaro Nayam Vrini Charajan, Sarvatmanaya Sharanam Sharanyam, Gato Mukundam Parihrityam. For this reason itself, we should do Bharanyasa. Then why should we Shraddham? Why should do Vishraddham to my father who has already gone? Why is in Vaikuntha? Etadanushasanam the Vedas. The scriptures, the Purana, they say that we have to do this. And who will take those offerings? Finally, Perumal only is taking that through Agni. Whether you say Havya or Khavya, Vishvedeva or Vishnu or Pitru, Pitamaha, Prapitamaha, whatever offerings you give, who is taking it? Agni is handing over to Perumal. Agni Yaswa, Agni Damnama, it will go to Perumal only. Indra Yaswa, Indra Damnama, it will go to Indra Perumal only. Because Perumal is the Antaryama, according to Antaryami Brahmana. So we have to do in the prescribed way. You cannot say that my father is in Vaikuntha, I will not do Shraddha. Or I have done Gaya Shraddham, or Shraddhams are cancelled. You can't say that. We are Vaishnavas, means one who follow this code of conduct, scriptures. We have to please Perumal by the way which he wants us to do, not applying our logic, right? Your father wants you to study properly and get a gold medal, and you can't say, I will press all your clothes every day, I won't read. That is nonsense. You have to listen to what your father. So listening to Shastra, listening to Agama, listening to Smriti. That's why we are doing Shastra. Okay?
Yeah. Okay. Mama, I have a follow-up question.
Wait. We'll ask which chapter others. You can come later. Yeah. Anybody else? Anybody else, please? Any question? Any doubts? Yeah, Arvind, continue till somebody is getting ready.
Mama,
Yeah.
so if I do Varanyasam, for example, so then 10 generations before me and 10 generations after me get delivered. So then what about the rest 5? So only 20 are done. 25 generations will be delivered.
See, when you say number, it doesn't mean that it's a number. So when I say, Nalu per enna salva means not just 4, right? It's a symbolic representation. Okay? So everyone connected with you. Ma madiyam cha. You said that. Ma madiyam cha nikilam. Chetanatpakam sakankaryopakarnam varada svikurusya. Just now Anu was saying that, right? Dhyana shloka. I and all those connected to me, not just my relatives, my friends, my acquaintances, or my inanimate objects in my own house, my fan, my desk, my books, my table, right? Or my earphones, my microphone, everything, every animate thing, inanimate thing in my house, which is even remotely connected to me, you please, you make them your devotees by doing some devotional service. Now, for example, now this is an inanimate thing, it's a devotional service. I am giving a lecture on Perumal, on Padha Sevanam. Now this is delivered. And the laptop through which I am walking is delivered. Ma Madiyam belongs to me. It's even remotely connected. So, by that way, it doesn't mean exactly number. 4 பேர் என்ன சொல்ல, I mean, not only 4, the world. So that is why you see Vaishnava does social service, when he does Sandhyavandanam, when he does Tirvaradhanam. This is the best way of social service. Now, if I give eyes, if I donate my eyes, I will be donating one person. If I do Sandhyavandanam, I am donating eyes to the entire universe. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Bhadram karne vishruniyama. Shruniyama means what? Let us all hear, not me, not Shruniyami, not Shrunomi, Shruniyama. So, the thing is that everything is, anybody who is remotely even connected to the Vaishnava is delivered. That is why Uddhava is asking, why people are not taking this simplest? Why not? Why can't they associate? Why can't they associate with the Bhagavata? Let them talk nonsense about politics or cinema actor or cricket, whatever it is. But let them talk with the Bhagavata. At least some words, one word, Krishna will come or Rama will come. And his entry into Naraka is banned. He doesn't go to hell. Why don't they do that? So you should understand the main idea of, main intention of Perumal is to take all of us to Vaikuntha at the earliest. All of us. We don't want to, we resist. I want this pleasure, I find this pleasure, I am watching the movie is more funny and more enjoyable than going to a temple and chanting shlokas. What is this? So we use freedom. Okay, you enjoy and come. Okay, fine. One day you will know nothing but just stool, just having tasting my own urine, my own stool. Nonsense. There is nothing. That will come automatically. One day it has to come. So 21 means you don't ask, why not 25? Why 32 you can't ask? Anyway, I can say 32 because Nrsimha is so merciful. Nrsimha has 32 bija in the mantra. So you have given me 32 teeth. So we will not go into that analysis. So what is the main point here? The point is very simple. Even if you are associated remotely to a Vaishnava, you will not go to hell. That is the point. Clear? Arvind? Arvind Raghavan, is it clear?
Yes, it is clear, Mama. Thank you, Dasa.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else, please?
Mama, one
No.
by name Nirmal has
Nirmal,
asked a
yes.
question in chat. He's asking if every karma happens only if Bhagavata Sankalpam is there, Bhagavat Sankalpam is there. How do we understand this for dushkarmas, example by Ravana, etc.? Does it mean that they are doing those dushkarma also with Bhagavat Sankalpam only?
No. Very careful. You have to this point. You have to understand very this point. See, the karma is done not forcibly. We do according to our free will. Bhagavan has given us free will. He is not a dictator, right? He has given us freedom to do karma, but at the same time, he has shown us the direction. If you do this karma, you will get this result. He has given the knowledge also. A person, for example, a person who does copying, right? He knows very clearly if he is caught, he will be debarred for 3 years. Still, he does copying. He knows very clearly, right? So you can't say the examiner should have tied his hands so that he won't copy at all. That's not the logic. He has given freedom to write the answers, but he misuses that freedom, and he has to face the consequences. Now you are driving on the road You are given freedom to ride your vehicle, but within the law, purview of the law. When there is a red signal, you have to stop. Right? And you can't say that signal itself should not have been there, or vehicle itself should not have been there. Then why will people commit mistakes? You can't do it. Freedom is given because Perumal is not a dictator, he is not Hitler. He is your father. For example, our own father, he gives us freedom. He gives 10 rupees or 100 rupees and go, come on, go to some club and enjoy. Or go and eat something in a hotel and come back. He gives $100. He gives you freedom to spend that $100. But if we take drugs, we'll be put in the prison. This warning is also given by Father. Don't misuse that freedom. Similarly, Perumal gives us freedom to do an act, but also gives us instruction through many people, through many sources, rather. That if you do this, you'll be punished. We know, not that we don't know. But we justify. We cheat our own self. Right? What do we say? Suppose I do some theft and I say, suppose I steal $100 from a bank. How do I justify it? I say, see, ministers are staying, thousands and crores of dollars. Why not $100? Why? That's how I justify. What sin is the sin? Whether it's small sin or big sin, I have to face the consequences. So, if I kill somebody, you can't say it's Bhagavad Sangram, I killed him. It's not Bhagavad Sangram. This is your desire. And you have to face. Perumal will not face the consequence. You will face because it was your desire. Perumal fulfilled your desire. It is good or bad. Perumal gave you the strength to stand. You can't say that Perumal should have paralyzed my hand. It was your desire. So that is the supreme cause. And we have to face the consequences. So Perumal has given the intelligence also. This is wrong. This is, for example, everybody knows drinking is bad, smoking is bad, lead to cancer, drug is bad, but still they are addicted. Whose fault is it? Government gives, for example, take the example of COVID. Government has given all instructions, right? Follow these rules, wash with sanitizers continuously, maintain a distance of 10 feet, or wear a mask. Government has given you everything. At the same time, government has given you freedom. And you don't wear mask and you just go in the public and then you get corona, then you can't blame the government. You can't file a case against the government. Government has given you all the instructions, all everything, then you have to take Atmanirbhar Bharat, right? You have to take care of yourself. And who is to be blamed? So, government will not say, I will lock all of you in jail. Right? So, Perumal will not say, I'll just bind you all your hands. He's not a tyrant, he's not a Hitler. He gives you democracy. But at the same time, he instructs you. All of us know, still we drink poison. All of us know that smoking is dangerous, but still people go to that. Some beginners, I'm giving an example. Why do they do that? Whose fault is it? Are they not human beings? Are they not intelligent? They have intelligence. Similarly, God has given us intelligence. God given intelligence we don't use, and if I stop somebody, I will have to go to the jail. I can't say that Perumal has given me intelligence to kill him, so Perumal should be jailed. Right? That is nonsense. Clear? This point is very clear. Right? So you can't blame Perumal for that. Next question. Any other question?
Mama, Adiyan.
Yeah.
Dinesh, please go.
Yeah, please. Yes, Dinesh, please carry on.
Yeah, sorry. Mama, while there are a lot of do's of Bharanyasam,
Yes.
what are the definite don'ts if you do a Bharanyasam?
Only two. Everybody, all acharyas will say that. Devatantra sambandham bhagavatapacha.
Okay.
Very dangerous. And Perumal will punish you. Anyway, even then, whatever you do, then the moksham will not stop. Moksham once ittapade karpade. Once you have done Bharanyasam, Perumal will take you to moksham. But these two are deterrents. It will delay your moksha. But we may have to be admitted. For example, you see great people also, getting admitted in hospitals and all to remove the karma, this karma, that karma. That could be due to Bhagavatapcharam, or it could be due to Devatantra Sambandha. We have to be very careful. Because it is a marriage, spiritual marriage with Perumal, and then you can't ask. We are his wives, right? I can't ask the neighbor, I want 1 kg rice, I don't have rice, give me. I can't beg from the neighbor. But at the same time, doesn't mean that I disrespect the neighbor. Just like, it's a neutral. But my husband is something superior to everybody, right? I can't treat all the gens like my husband. You have to be very careful. Chastity is very, very, very important. Hanuman, I was mentioning about Hanuman is Tiruvadi, right? Tiruvadi Seva means also Thankaryam to Hanuman. So Hanuman is universally known as a Rama Bhakta, right? Invariably, you will find Hanuman temple throughout the world rather than Rama temple. Very simple, because it's only one God, Sita Ram. Siya Ram, Lakshmana, Sita, Manu, Basyayi, etc. Right, whatever it is. That is why it's called a Goswami. One who has controlled his senses. Only he can have one God. He worships only one image. Right? Sri Guru Charana, Jai 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 Hanuman Gosai. Gosai means Goswami. One who is conquered his senses. Kripa Karahu Guru Devikana. He is the Guru, perfect Guru. The main qualification of a Guru is one God, one mantra. So, Paranyasam, we have to be very careful. These two sins, Devatantara Sambandham, Bhagavatam, we have to be very careful. That further also we have to again play every day. Nyasa Dasakam is also known as a Prayashita Prapatti. Keep on doing it. Perumal will see that you don't do that. It is simple. You don't worry about it. Prapatti, another Prapatti will take care of it.
Dhanesh, it is right.
Very good. Any other question?
Mama, Jaya Mama.
Yeah, Vidata, yes.
Mama, given that one is responsible for his or her karma, and how to be very sure that whatever we are doing is Bhagavad Prithyatam, and how to get Ruchi out of it?
This is Bhagavad Priti. Because Perumal is pleased with you, you are in satsang. This is given in the scriptures. Who says this? Satsangatve nisangatvam, nisangatve nirmohatvam, nirmohatve nichalatatvam, nichalatatve jivan muktihi, bhaja govindam, govindam bhaja mudamate. So, somewhere you heard Govinda Nama in some janma, or in some birth we ate the remnants, the prasadam, the remains of the Bhagavata as a dog or a pig or an insect or a worm. We are getting this satsang. That's a very clear one. That is from the scriptures, right? Janmantara sakasreshu naranam shinapapanam krishna bhakti prajayate. Right? Bhagavatam itself says. In many janmas, if you have done tapodhyana sama, you have done tapasya, and all your sins are washed away, in one janma you can get Krishna bhakti. The very fact that you are getting this satsang shows how much Perumal loves you. And still we are doing bad karma. What does it mean? That is because of anadi karma pravaha pravrittam bhagavat saropa tirodhana karim Ramanuja Gita. Now I am in satsang. As long as I am in satsang, I feel like, just enjoying the lotus feet of the Lord and being in bliss. But the moment satsang is over, I want to see a movie or TV or some other distraction or game, whatever it is. Some other weakness. It's not this birth. We have not accumulated the bad karma in this birth. Madhya nadi karma, infinite birth. For example, a person, has been intoxicated from infinite birth, it continues to be. Right? A moving body continues to be in motion unless until an external force acts on it. Newton's law, right? In Newton's first law. So it's applicable here. For the last so many births who have been doing all bad karma, suddenly you will not stop in this birth. Because you have applied the brakes now. The vehicle will go to some extent and then stop it, not stop immediately. So, but the brakes have been applied. Otherwise you are not here. You will not be here. And that is also given in the scriptures. So who is the evidence? Who is the proof? Scriptures. The very fact that you are asking this question, what's your age? Siddhartha?
30.
30. At the age of 30, you are asking how to stop a bad karma, how to go samsara. It speaks volumes of your, grace of Perumal, right? At this age, people will ask, how can I get a beautiful girl like a cinema actress, or how can I enjoy more better in a nightclub, or how can I get more girlfriends? How do I attract more friends? This is what is available in the internet. But you are asking how to improve more anubhavam. how to cut off the bad karma. That speaks volumes of your satsang, right? That Perumal's grace upon you. Scriptural evidence is there. So his sankalpam will be positive if we pray to him. You have prayed, so you are in a good sangam. So Perumal's sankalpam will favor those who are in the satsang. As simple as that. That is the answer. Am I answering your question, Siddhartha?
Oh, Mama, Dhanyas, Mama. Thank you, Mama. Jesus.
Okay. Any other question?
Jai Jai Shri Sudarshana,
Yeah.
Vijaya speaking.
Hmm.
Actually, one most important question I always have in my mind, whenever we are sitting to do the chanting or meditation or bhakti,
Hmm.
that concentration on the God is not always on the same level like the beginning. Supposing today my target, like I'm chanting
Hmm.
for 15 to 20 minutes, I'm chanting, that concentration is there. If I continue doing that for some time,
Hmm.
that level of I mean, the thoughts which come in mind, that plays a lot of role in that.
You
And
mean a lot
then,
of disturbances, right?
yeah,
So
how
when
to
you will sit in
control
jhana,
that. Yeah, how to
control the
control that
mind.
wavering thoughts, and how to focus on God completely, and feel that prayer. Like, now if we are reading something, we are feeling it. When we are watching something, we are feeling it. But when we are when we are really focusing on
Something
God,
we are unable to focus.
sometimes that yeah,
How
often
to
we are
focus?
facing that.
So
Yes.
you're talking about nothing but dhyana, right? How dhyana can be
Yeah.
strong and then permanent.
Yes.
So it's very difficult because the bhakti is very difficult in this Kali Yuga. That is why all our acharyas are given right from Shankaracharya, right from Shankaracharya Satsanga. Just now I quoted that, right? Satsangatve, Nisangatam. First thing that you don't get associated with bad element. That is more important. Decorrelation, that is more important than what to do.
Okay.
So Pratikulya Varjanam is more important than Anukula. So you have to avoid Dusanga rather than Satsanga. You don't get Satsanga, fine, but don't go into Satsanga. So that's what Shankaracharya. Satsangatva, Nisangatva. Nisangatva means Dusanga will go, the bad association will go. Nisangatve, Nirmohate, Nirmohate, Nischala Tattvam. Right? Be very strong in your bhakti or whatever it is. Of course, Satsanga is the base. Yeah. So dhyana is very difficult in Kali Yuga. That is why they said prapatti. Bhakti yoga is very difficult. So prapatti. That's why Krishna himself said, like, forget about, he explained in detail karma yoga, jnana yoga, bhakti yoga. Finally, Arjuna started crying. Chanchalam Gimana Krishna. He says, Parmadi Balavadridam, Tasyagam Nigraham Manye Vayori Dushkaram. I can catch air in my hand, but I cannot control my mind. Who is saying this, Arjuna? In which yuga? Dwapara yuga. So how can we control mind in this yuga, Kali Yuga? We cannot control. It's like Indriyani, Ahayan, Yahu. Upanishad says Indriyas are like horses, wild horses. Because they are like wild dogs. We have fed them all these. When you just give biscuit, one packet biscuit to your dog, it will keep on continuing throughout its life to your house. So something like that. We have been feeding our dogs, wild desires, all these birds. Suddenly, one bird, it won't stop. It will just chase you, even if you don't feed biscuits now. So what to do? The only way is surrender. That's all. I don't know how to control my mind. I cannot do dhyana. I cannot do bhakti. Only you are the surrender. You get it done. Tasmai suprite saimeva karayaki. You get it done. I am sitting in dhyana. You see that I continue my dhyana. So that is a surrender. Sharanagati. Bhakti yoga also needs Sharanagati. Only Sharanagati, crying before the Lord. I should be very 100%. I want to be sincere, but I am unable to. I don't know what to do. You do. It's your headache. Perumal will say, why are you bothered, Vijaya? You are doing something. It's enough. 1 second you are thought of me, enough. I will take care of it. No. You should say, no. I want to do 10 minutes or 15 minutes dhyana. You see that my dhyana is fulfilled completely according to my satisfaction, not your satisfaction. Right? You pray to him, you cry to him. Perumal says, why are you bothered? See, you are in satsang. I will take care of you. You have done Bharanyasam. I will take the Vaikuntha. Why are you bothered? No. As long as I am in this world, I want to do Kankaryam to you, I want to do Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Padha Sevanam, Archanam, Bandhanam, Bhaktyam, Sakyam, Atma Nivedanam. For my satisfaction, I want to be a perfect devotee. Before I come to Vaikuntha, I should be a first class devotee. You make me that. I want to be a first class devotee and should be proud of my entry into Vaikuntha. Or whatever it is. Okay. So you pray to him, you cannot control them. Arjuna says, I can catch air, but not mine. I cannot control. He started crying. Perumal said, don't cry, don't cry. Sarvadan Mahatarikyalcha Mamekam Pranamaya. Catch hold of my feet. I will fulfill your desire. So you want to be a true devotee, true bhakta. The moment you close your eyes, Rama should come into your eyes. You pray to Rama, you pray to Hanuman. Hanuman will take care.
Okay.
Right. Jai
Thank
Jesus.
you,
Okay.
Siddharth.
Yeah.
Jai
Any
Jai
other
Shri.
question? Yeah, thank you. Anybody else? Anybody else? Any other questions, please?
Wind up
Tomorrow
tonight's
we can.
session again
We
because
can
it's
frame
already
questions
late for the
today, but tomorrow we can have.
again.
No problem. We can continue. No problem.
Again.
Thank you again. Kavitarke Simhaya Kalyan
Sevanam.
Vishali
Srimate.
Srimate Venkatesha Vedanta Guru Namaha. Jai Jai Sasana. Thank